Ego, the families are here, so his sisters are here. So I bring them to the site. You see, by this one already. You see how the wall they down here, they lay the taskbar. This problem solved there. You see how the work, they do somebody work like this. The finishing one. So you see the finishing too they do. This thing so it be another course. Okay. So Gigo is very bad. Gigo is very bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. And then let me show you something too. Instead of the for use the pressure pipe. Instead of the for use the pressure pipe, we buy the ordinary pipes. You see? We buy the ordinary pipes. This one's very bad. So this one is okay here too. This one, you see this one like this too. Here you go, the guy, they worry the man, I'm not gonna lie, you see, the task to be there. See, instead of the for change, but they use some to patch it here.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel once again. If it is your first time here, my name is G.P.G and welcome to another project here on G.P.G Production Group, which we have named the Kumsin project. So this is a townhouse project that one of our subscribers is building here in Pram Pram, which is like, I think it's going to be like 5 minutes walk to the sea itself. So we are very close to the sea. Today's video is more like educational and also a way of sending a strong warning out there for those of us that we live in abroad, building a home back home, whether in Africa or wherever you find yourself, and you are using a family member to build for you, right? So I know most of you guys, you don't like to hear the word contractor because of the fees that some of them do charges, and they actually sometimes they don't do anything, they just give directions. So people think that it's not necessary to pay contractors to just supervise their project for them, but contractors play a major role in construction even though you don't see them doing the work itself. So this is example of a friend, I would say, like the subscriber who is building about, I think, 8 townhouses, and they are done with 2, I mean almost completed, as you saw, as a photo took us through the first project which was done. This is the 3rd one, and we will go through the 2nd one, which they are almost going with the painting. So the first one is the white one, which is already kind of completed. The 2nd one is where we went through, and the 3rd one is this one. So when it got to the 3rd one, the owner wanted to change the plan, right? Wanted to transform it from the single story to a story building. So then he needed a quote from IFO to be able to go with the plan that he wants, because the carpenter that he was using wasn't coming up with good figures and stuff. So IFO went there for measurement, and the difference in estimate was huge, was like really huge. So that raise an alarm. And so he asked us to also do a little bit of digging and see what happened with the first and second project, and that is what Efo showed us. Going through the house, this is the house. Going through the house, and we realized that most of the materials being used for the project, let me say, I won't say they are fake, or it's not of the best quality, right? So on the market, I mean, we have grades, right? Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. So he was being charged of a higher grade, and they were using lesser grade. And also, I mean, like, a lot of mistakes. You can see that the house is supposed to be almost done, but you can still see there are patches. And so this is where a contractor comes in, right? So I mean, I don't even know where to start with this, but the importance of contractor or someone who has knowledge. So this is my point here, right? I want to make it short. My point is, if you are putting someone in charge of your project, which most of us do using a family member, you have to make sure that that family member knows about construction, knows the stages of building. You fix this first before you go to the next thing, right? So this client, handed this project to, family and friends to supervise. And I mean, they did a great job. I mean, you could see that they've already built like 8 of the structures already. But when it comes to the finishes, that's where the problem is, because the person didn't know where to begin or what to do. And that ended up, and then when we went there, we also found out so many mistakes that the owner, and the thing is that the supervisor didn't even know about it, because he is not a contractor, he is not a builder. Maybe the person can be someone who is very good with management, but if the person don't know the quality of the materials, right, the grade, the standard, what has to be done, your work will go wrong. I mean, you will have a beautiful house. I mean, if I don't tell you the mistakes and fault when you see this house at the beginning, you will say, wow, this is a very nice house. But when I start to point the things that have gone wrong in there, then you will realize that this wasn't done good. But it also went into the charges. I mean, the person who was in charge of this project did an amazing job. That we are not going to take that from him, but the workers that he used didn't buy the right material, and they were also stealing from him. He didn't know. He asked them for estimate, they give him the prices, he makes the payments, but the supervisor didn't know that these guys have teamed up with the suppliers and they were stealing. Right, so I mean, the work was going on nicely, the structures were coming up, so there was no need to be checking. But when we came in and we gave an estimate and then we went back, that's when we realized that, I mean, like, there's a lot of money gone. So the client introduced us to his next project, which is the plot that you are seeing, which is also just like maybe 2 minutes walk from the first project that we saw. We will go there, and then this is also another acre of land that we are planning, the next project, which I think I'll put the picture here. We are planning the next project, which we will start like fully, but we've taken over the first project, which I showed you, and we will make that corrections, and then we're going to continue with that project. But one thing I also want to draw attention is, if you pay attention to this community, I mean, this area is a well-developed area. You can see the electricity. This is Pram Pram. We are just close to the sea. Like I said, 5 minutes walk to the sea. But this group of people came together to buy this land, acres, I mean, years ago, right? So this belongs to the friend of, the Kumsin that we're talking about, also building his estate. So these are like group of people that bought this land years ago. Right, they waited, they made small fence walls like what you are seeing around, fence walls, they came together, put electricity right there. And if you pay attention, you don't see single plot here, right? So this is the advantage of you buying a land, like, I mean, 20 years, when you see land that, hey, they are selling land and it is cheaper, get some friends together, buy as much as you can, hold it. I mean, this is a project, the Kumsin project that we already went in. The white one is the first project, the second, that's where we went. So they came together to buy this piece of land, and today, trust me, one piece of land in this area will not cost you less than maybe 250,000 Ghana cedis, right? I mean, the starting price is always like 300,000 in this location. You don't see much houses around because, like, I mean, these are a group of people that bought in acres, so the gap between each, you know, property or each person is very large. But when, I mean, like, then the houses, when you see the houses next to it, is very beautiful, and it's close to all the pram resort that you see, right? It's very close to those. So there's something that I will also kind of advise. If you're in your 20 years, right, this is the time for you to start investing in Ghana. If you think that the country, you know, there's so much going on in Ghana now, and you know, there's no hope. I mean, at this moment, that's how it looks. But can you imagine if things get better, which it will at a certain time? You will need this kind of investment. So if you're in your 20 years, try as much as possible. If you have friends that, you know, you have the same mindset, get some cheap lands. I mean, you can get this kind of lands, like you can get some around maybe 30,000 Ghana cedis, you know, get some acres, just make a fence wall, register it, and just wait for the next 20 years. Right, so this is just by the way, man. This is not a financial advice. This is something that, you know, I have experienced and I'm just putting out there. So you can see the work they did here. This is a staircase, and you can see the iron rod which they use. Just, you know, the top bar and the down bar, no beams, nothing holding it. So Efo will take us through the process of how, you know, we were able to realize what was happening here. Actually, the plan wasn't also what was like designed from the architect, right? What they did here was different from the whole plan. So as I always share on my channel, Efo will always tell you, when you touch one, you've touched all. So Efo came, saw what has been done, saw that the 3D drawing that the owner gave him is different from what is on site. So then we have to draw his attention to it, and then, I mean, we explain everything, and I mean, it was disorganized. So we have to bring our engineer in, Brother Sammy, to come and do, you know, the drawing, the rectify all the correction, and then we just moved on with that. So Brother Sammy will also take over this project, and the Google production group will come together and do our best on this project. So this is when, I mean, Efo has to go around and check everything again, checking the blocks, because yeah, the owner did some purchasing, and I mean, the amount of blocks he thinks that he bought is way less than what was presented. And I mean, you have 8 houses, right? You have 8 of this, so you can imagine that amount of money but it's not a fault of, you know, the supervisor, because he didn't know what was happening. So this is where you need a contractor when it comes to your construction, someone who knows what to be done at every stage and can check the workers and make sure that they are doing the right thing. You know, not a family member who doesn't know anything, or a friend who doesn't have any experience in construction. And you don't need a contractor at your site the whole time, right? A contractor will not even stay at your site the whole time. So maybe you can just ask a contractor to visit your site every, you know, once a week, whilst your supervisor is also there, and he can learn a lot from the contractor, because the contractor and your supervisor, who is a family member or a friend, can have a conversation, and he will also pick up 1 or 2 things from the contractor. So you don't need a contractor the whole time, right? Just once a week or twice a week visit is enough, right? And the charges are not that much, right? So I always preach that I want everybody to build their dream house, themselves, but sometimes you need to check, double check, and cross check. And that's why I always tell my artisans that if you go to someone's site and you see that the calculation is not right, or the plan is not what is on the ground, get Brother Sami involved, who is my contractor. Get him involved, to just advise you on what to do. And this is the plus that you get using Gigo Production Group.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Nami, and today I'm here with Efo the carpenter. So, Efo, can you tell me what's going on to your side?
Once you know my name already. Everybody call me Efo, and so now Efo take my position. And this one, the client he just called me that he have some project, so I should come and give the estimate of decking. But I came. He say I should take give the estimate of the decking. So I came take the measurement, and then later he sent me the plan. Then I go through the plan to then I do the calculations all for the material. And then he say after the calculation of the material, I have to give the prices. I should check the prices, then I give him the prices of the material so that we carry on. But then later I give him the calculation of the material, then the prices. No, he compare with the people that he's working for him first. No, he sees like the difference is more. And the price, but them to they use the Wawa. I'm also use the same Wawa estimate. But since like the my own is very high. So later before the client knows that they have been killing him, killing him. So now the client he came back, or now he's coming to use the Gigo production group so that we take over the rest of the project for him. So that is why we are here.
I see that's not going to be a big deal because you're not the one that was handling this project, and now you're the one going to take over. So, isn't it going to be a big deal?
Oh no, this one there is not a big deal. The reason is not it's not a big deal is that the client is suffering, or everybody is suffering. But once the person suffer, get something tomorrow, you want to do something so that tomorrow he also can leave that place. But the person will give you money to do something for him. But you will take the money, but the money that you're supposed to use to work give the client or the person, you are using that money for different unnecessary things. But then later then you put something there, give the person. If the person can't see, then that one self, they let some of the people self they be dying early. And because now struggling getting money is not easy. But if somebody give you money that do this for me, you have to do the thing to the person. Well, that one is very important. So now the Gigo production can take over. So we are coming to finish everything for you.
Okay. So, please, we are not saying we are spoiling somebody's
Oh no no no
business
no
or
no.
something.
No, we are not spoiling anybody in job. Because the job that they start early, but only say the client is not here. But at times if you are doing something you yourself feel like you can even pass the we will call it back door. You can even pass the back door and see and try the person see that what you are doing, is it okay or is it good or is it that for me so the client will pass the back door before you realize that no, what is
Yeah,
going
yeah,
there. Yeah, it's very bad, it's very bad. So
Oh,
even if me myself I see the thing I say like I know sef I increase I raise my level no, because my level sef I bring it down kra. But how for do it happen already, only say we for learn for inside. Yeah.
yeah. So it's very advisable to yes, pass the back door.
Yeah, if you are
Yes,
working, yeah,
yes.
me I like if you are working, me I like that you pass the back door. Even if I buy the one box of nail, me I'm ready. You can even pass my bag, go check the price of the nail. Because me I don't want your material. I don't want your material. If it's if you I like if I like I get some of the clients they say oh they will be like they will follow me to the market to buy the material. Me that one alone self e dey sweet me wow. Because we go buy maybe we go buy we can wait like some no reach. By all means you go the market again. You yourself you hold your money we buy everything. But some people to at times they say oh you go and do they will release the money then we go we bid for them.
So FO is advising us to pass back door, which means we have to make our investigations behind us. We have to make our investigations behind us. So if the person tells you maybe one wood is 10 cedis, go back door and go and ask that how much.
Before you go or you use the back door to know, you have to check that particular wood too. Maybe at times you go the quality of the wood, yeah, that one is also count. Wey now the wood we have every wood plus in like in prices. You can even get the one the person will tell you that this one be pure wood but it's not pure wood. So if you are going to pass the back door to know,
You have to check quality.
check quality, not you go maybe you go check you are going to check for the wawa but they give you the cyber price. The cyber price is lower. Then you pick that one to worry you. So that is where we are here.
Okay, so now you came to take measurement for the client with estimate or
The estimate or everything.
so we are hoping they accept and give the contract to us. Right?
Oh, by God grace, we'll take the contract. Yeah, we'll take the contract.
That's very good to hear. But thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So there you have it, and that was FO and Amele for you. So then I think this brings us to the end of episode 1 of the Kumsin project. You know, episode 2 is on the way. We'll have Brother Sami and Mr. Kwete also on board. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You know, if you go to my playlist, you can follow this journey. So thanks once again, and see you in my next episode. Let's do it.